Aaron's.
Where's Aaron?
Well, I don't know. What that you know that's your man's. What's up with your man's, bro?
Where's Aaron?
What's up with your man's, bro? Where is he at? Huh? Cause he been having us. He been stringing us along all weekend, man.
Man, let's call Aaron. Let's keep calling.
What's up? How long you willing to wait on him is the question.
Man, I seen something about the draft. I can't wait that long.
Yeah, because I've seen him where he said he's willing to wait till after the draft. I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
I ain't trying to wait that
see
long.
what
That's a
you
long
doing.
time.
I can't wait. I can't
That's
wait
a
till after I gotta do
long
something before.
time. That's a long time to be waiting,
Because
bro.
now if you don't pick me, I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, and I look stupid. I can't get caught like that. I can't get caught like that, right?
Nah, I mean, I think Mason was a because I was gonna say you could do something like a Tyrod, but I think you said Mason.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that's that. You got your vet.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to draft. You have to draft.
But if you
It's
don't
like,
love any of these drafts, that's what I'm looking at the
I don't.
party and I'm like, at
But
least
I
I
don't
feel
love that
more. I
either.
don't love it, but I feel more confident in it because it's already done it twice.
I think you would have got. I think you would have gotten a Geno sweepstakes if that was your conversation.
But I personally wanted to send them Geno sweepstakes. I don't see why we
Yeah,
weren't in
but
this sweepstakes. I'm like,
but
yo,
the fact that
I
you
think we
weren't
should
in
have
the
been in the
Geno
sweepstakes,
sweep,
man. I
the
hope we were in
fact
the
that you
sweepstakes,
wasn't
man.
in the Geno sweepstakes says that you're
Maybe
not trying to do
we
that.
were and we just lost out to Pete
Maybe.
Carroll. Man, that's what I
I agree
pray.
with that.
I hope that was what it was. Yeah, because if we weren't
Maybe
calling
we
Geno,
were.
what were we doing? Why weren't we calling Geno?
You see it?
Yeah,
I think Geno and DK know each other. That would have been
exactly. They
nice.
know each other really well. And
What's up with Russ? Are we
come
just done
on,
with Russ?
man. I'm trying to.
I,
Yo,
I feel like at
NFL.
this point, like, what's up with Russ? Where
Listen,
we
the way the
at?
NFL has finally caught on, and they're like, oh, DK and his, singer, Russ and his singer, oh, they know each other. They all, it's like, yeah, bro. So why don't you just bring Russ back? We could do
Yeah,
the
what's
whole
up with
power
Russ?
couple NFL dating R&B thing, and then we just, roll that way, and then they can cook on the field, and then we could be great. That's what
I
I'm
think
cool
you
with.
give. I think instead of trading for Brock Purdy, you give Russ that type of deal.
But I don't think Russ is going to come back for the cheapie no more. I think Russ wants more now because of how they've handled it.
But I think Russ also seen his market.
True, but supply and demand would also say what? Steelers, y'all still need a quarterback. And I get Rodgers being ahead of Russ, but who else are we saying is ahead of Russ that's available outside
But
of
I
Rodgers?
take Russ before I took Purdy.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, not everybody feels like that, though. And
I take Russ before I took Purdy.
I like it. I'm with you on that. But not everybody feels like that. Some people feel like Purdy's the better player right now. They feel like because Russ is older and because the last 5 games of the season look the way that they look, that he has no longer, he no longer has the ability to play quarterback in the National Football League. I don't feel like that. I think that he can still ball out and hoop. But, got to have these conversations.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, give me Russ before you give me Purdy. But I mean, quarterback's a tough spot, because it's a lot of really good quarterbacks. There's very few upper echelon and elite quarterbacks,
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about like good quarterbacks, now you're in a conversation where you got to put a lot of pieces around it because you want to get it done.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to pay a lot of money for a good quarterback. You want to load up around it, and it looks like they are loaded up around it. But it's kind of like you even want a little bit even more. I think what they just signed Scotty Miller today.
Yeah, Scotty Miller, they brought him back. I think it was Ben Skronik was the other guy they brought back. More special teams right there. Yeah, those are the main 2 on offense that they did. So, yeah.
So weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, not that piece, though. It's still... And Scotty Miller's a weapon.
That's speed.
Weapon.
Know that. Speed and pedigree, man. Yep.
That's speed. Similar to Calvin. Speed, not as fast, but similar to Calvin.
Yeah, Scotty be rolling, man.
I think even in the sense of how you brought a Mason back, you're still looking for one more, like, you're trying to build that, that Taj Boyd.
I see what you're looking for.
I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're looking for that trio like it's vicious in here, And I got a quarterback to feed it. If you're building like that, because I think Mason can feed that.
I think so too. He got the big arm.
I think
he can stand in the pocket.
That. Yeah.
And we've seen him have success. We've seen him do it.
But And that's a combo. I put Mason up against these quarterbacks in the draft you just named. Like
Me
at that
too.
point,
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I'm cool with loading up free agency wise now with the remaining money on a receiver or running back or a D tackle. From there, draft one of these quarterbacks and say, look, Mason versus Dart versus Will Howard versus Milrow versus Shador, compete and let the best man win. And then from there, that's what I'm rolling with this year. I like that
agree with
approach,
that.
man, versus
But I
me
don't
having
think
to spend a
Shador is
ton of
available.
money. Well, and that's fair. And that's why I threw him out there at the end. But it's like, I'd much rather do that than committing 2 years, $90 million to Aaron Rodgers, or, $35+ million per year to Russ, or having to go trade for Kyler Murray and give up draft picks and have to pay him 40, 50 mil. Same with Brock Purdy. It's like, I'd much rather do the Mason and draft a guy. I'd much rather take that approach, man.
So at that point, do you draft a guy first? Because it sounds like you're settling in and Mason. You get a guy when you can get a guy, and you just go get a weapon.
That's what I'm thinking. Because I don't love any of these quarterbacks. If I love one of these
Yeah.
quarterbacks, then I think, I'm taking one at 21 or in the first round regardless. I don't love any of these guys. So I'm looking and I'm saying, all
You're
right,
going to get a weapon.
I want a weapon. I want something
A
that can help
weapon.
him. Let me get another receiver. Let me get a running back. Whether it's free agency or the draft, I want a weapon. I want one of them nice, like this luxury. I don't even know why you're here, but you here. I want one of them pieces. Like, yeah. Where we're, as a defensive coordinator, you just like, bro, they got a lot. And if this quarterback can actually figure it out, we're gonna be in for a long day. That's the approach
Man.
I'm trying to get,
But
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
weapons? Like, give me weapons.
Look, you know how some of them college offenses look where they just like, yo, he just got so many receivers and they just so open. The quarterback ain't even like that, but it's just the pieces are just too good. I want that. And I think that we already have some of that with DK and GP. We know it's going to force teams to play too high coverages. And from there, you add that extra, whatever that is. Now we really going to put defenses in a lot of stress. So we will see. We will see.